Alright, wrestling fans, welcome back to The Reel Deal, your go-to spot for all things wrestling with a twist of truth and just a dash of controversy. Today, we're diving into the one and only Roman Reigns, WWE's tribal chief, the guy who's been holding down the fort on SmackDown for the past few years, and yes, the guy I personally acknowledge as my tribal chief. But here's the question, has WWE taken the hype around him just a little too far? Is Roman Reigns truly the greatest, or is he just WWE doing what it does best, selling a storyline? Let's start with the Roman's journey. WWE's been building this guy for years. Since the days of The Shield, they were grooming him to be the guy. But let's not forget, it wasn't always smooth sailing. Fans weren't exactly quick to embrace Roman in the early days. WWE tried everything to get the crowd behind him, even giving him that Superman punch gimmick, but it took years. He hit his stride, and it wasn't until he turned heel and embraced the tribal chief persona. That's when things really clicked. Now, as the real deal, I'll admit it, Roman's got that aura now, that undeniable presence. He's got that look, the charisma, the whole acknowledge me shtick tick. That's what made him one of WWE's top stars. But here's the thing, being popular now doesn't automatically mean greatest of all time. I mean, look at how WWE's hyping him up. It's like every time Roman steps into the ring, they're acting like it's the second coming. And yeah, Roman's awesome, don't get me wrong. But are we maybe letting the hype cloud the reality a bit? Now let's compare him to some of the true legends. When you talk about the greatest, you think about icons like The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Hulk Hogan, guys who transcended wrestling and became pop culture icons. Roman Reigns has done some great work, no question, but he's still largely a WWE product. WWE has crafted his character meticulously, surrounding him with the bloodline, putting him in feuds that make him look dominant. But without that big WWE push, would he have reached this level? I don't know. And let's talk legacy. Someone like Stone Cold or The Rock, they built their legacies on moments. Those unforgettable matches, rivalries, and the mic work that made them legends. Roman's had his moments, sure, but it's too early to call him the greatest. He's got time, but when WWE is already acting like he's the best ever, it kind of takes away from what made the actual legend so great. Roman Reigns might be the head of the table, no doubt, but is he truly the head and shoulders above everybody else? The Real Deal says not so fast. Don't get me wrong, I'm his fan, but just not yet. Like I said, I'm a fan, but let's not ignore the WWE marketing machine. WWE's hyped a lot of stars over the years, but Roman has a unique advantage. He's a Vince McMahon product all the way through, tailored and molded by WWE's top brass. But in pro wrestling, you also need to earn your respect from the fans. Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, they all earned it by connecting with the crowd in a way that felt organic. Roman, on the other hand, was pushed relentlessly until he finally hit the right character. Sure, he's commanding attention, but is it really the same as those legends who had the crowd eating out of their hands? As the real deal, you know it, I acknowledge my tribal chief, but I gotta keep it real too. WWE's tendency to push Roman so hard sometimes makes it feel like we don't even have a choice. They're so committed to the storyline that it's almost like if you're a WWE fan, you have to accept that Roman is the best. But as fans, we should get to decide who's the greatest. Roman's making a strong case for himself, but is he really the one we choose if the WWE hype wasn't behind him? Ultimately, I think Roman Reigns is on a historic run, no doubt about it. But to call him the greatest, well, that's a title that's earned, not handed out. Roman has the potential to become one of the all-time greats if he keeps his momentum going. But in my book, he's got some work left to do if he wants to reach the level of guys like The Rock and Stone Cold. So as the real deal, I acknowledge Roman Reigns as my tribal chief, but I'm not quite ready to put him on Mount Rushmore for WWE just yet. But hey, that's just my take. What do you guys think? Is Roman Reigns the greatest, or is he just WWE's latest golden boy? Drop your thoughts below and let's get this conversation rolling. Once again, it's The Real Deal, and I'll see you again